Hello, I'm Kelly Mantle. Hello, I'm Kelly Mantle. Hello, I'm Kelly Mantle. And this is the Kelly Mantle Show. Won't you come inside the Kelly Mantle Studio? Do you know I never know where I am, but I always end up where I'm supposed to be? Isn't that retro of me? The other day, I took a trip down memory lane over an empty glass of champagne, and my mind went into overdrive to when I took a taxi from LA to Venus in 1985. I was electromagnetically sucked back into a party that was going on that night. It was the glories of the 80s. And the karma was drawn up in lines. And two bugle boy models said, "Baby, it's a freebie. Why do you look so deprived?" I had the story of O in my bucket seat of my wannabe Mustang, auditioning for Reptiles for their latest Raquel Welch campaign. Silicone Barbies to my left and Joan of Arcs to my right, but no one feeling insecure because we were all gorge and famous in our last lives. I met a drag king called Venus. She had a velvet hologram. She said my husband ran off with my shaman, but they loved me as I am. In the glories of the 80s, I may not have to die. I'll clone myself like that blonde chick that sings Betty Davis eyes. In the glories of the 80s, you said the end is nothing to fear. I said, blow the end. Now, baby, who do I gotta shag to get out of here? And when everything seemed clear, just then you go and disappear. And then I vomited. Welcome to the Kelly Mantle Show. Won't you come inside the Kelly Mantle Studio? Dearly beloved, we are gathered here to celebrate the life of a legendary queen. Oh, don't worry, she didn't pass away. I mean, look at her. She still doesn't look a day over 16.
From a distance.
The queen of the obscene and crudity has served our community on her knees for centuries. She was the first brick thrown at Stonewall, and her wigs are as high as her cholesterol. Ladies and gentlemen, last night a DJ saved my life because she was so damn funny. Give it up for Lady Bunny! I'm good. How are you?
It's good to see you.
Oh my gosh.
My first time on the Kelly Mantle Show. Oh.
Ding. Childhood trauma.
You have chosen. This will be on the cover of Out magazine.
This will be on the Pink News. And you can't open the website unless you accept all the cookies. What does that even mean, accepting all the cookies?
What does the Pink News mean?
I
don't understand.
know.
I don't understand what these, it's just like these headlines about is Demi Lovato trans? She got a pixie haircut. I mean, well, Kelly, did you ever have any pussy?
On a John Deere tractor.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever had any pussy, Lady Bunny? Welcome to the Kelly Mantle Show. This is what we do.
Well, I did try it. I mean, I was sexually adventurous. I mean,
really?
I did. They liked it more than I did. And he asked me to strip. Well, when I took off all my clothes, he went, "We're going to need a lot more baby oil." Kiss a man. Dance with a man, lesbians. Let me drool. Ooh, yeah, kiss it. No, I'm not kidding. I'm kidding, girl. That drool is coming from you, baby.
Yes,
honey.
You better be thinking about my drool.
Because that top is making me dizzy, honey. And I might start to want you because I don't think I let you know. It's a custom round here that I fuck all of my hosts.
Yes, I can't
I hate just to spring this on you.
Well, I love that one of your recent songs is titled, is it Ozempic or is it AIDS?
Yes, because I lost weight on Ozempic, and
everyone thought it was AIDS.
Well, no, I am from a certain age, but I'm in LA. Maybe I should stop and get one of those pupusas. Well,
what are you doing in LA?
The Kelly Mantle Show.
Yes, the Kelly Mantle Show.
But I also just wanted to get some sunshine because we have had back-to-back blizzards in New York, and I'm just done with it. And the radiator heat just fries your voice, my scaly skin, and just wanted to come out here and also to walk because we've literally had dirty snow on the ground and ice. And my main exercise is walking to a bakery. No,
now are you like a neat packer?
Oh no, I'm a frat
so you're just
boy,
like a hoarder
slob,
in a suitcase.
Didn't get the clean gene, didn't get the gay gene, would have my gay card taken away. I laugh so hard when these people are like showing sexy guys taking pictures for their sex profiles, and then they are criticizing the carpet and the cushions. I'm like, girl, just get the D. I mean, did you come over here to do an interior design job? I mean, I'm not gonna. Anyway, those people would have a field day with me because I put the whore back in hoarder, honey.
I love that.
Yeah.
I see that for you, and I love that for you.
Yeah. In fact, I moved into a new apartment in October, brought everything from storage. It's still in boxes. I didn't even unpack my winter coat, and I'm here bitching about the blizzard. I was homeless for 9 months, and I was living in Airbnb, so I wasn't completely homeless on the street.
Because you lived in the same place in New York for years.
I lived there for 30 years. I called the city 311 because the landlord wasn't fixing the heat, and there were mice, and there were the toilet wasn't flushing. So I don't call him and say the cabinet door is loose. No, I don't call him about that. But big stuff. You will come and you will do your legal duties. You know what 311 said? Your apartment is illegal. No one can live here. It can only be used for storage. So I had to go to the gay center. I hope y'all have this in Los Angeles. I'm actually going to a benefit for Lambda Legal tonight with Margaret Cho and Dina Martina, Mateo Lane. Same thing, Mateo Lane. Except Nathan is much sexier than Mateo Lane. So, yeah, it was really wild. I got a tenant lawyer, and for 9 months I was just in Airbnbs, and I had to work, and it was tough. I just said keep working because if you have to get another apartment or whatever, I had no idea what was going on. And of course, if I had a fun gig in London or San Francisco, I would stay, longer because I was going to be paying for a hotel or Airbnb in New York anyway. So I was semi homeless. My friend said you should say between residents. That sounds a little less pitiful, but for 9 months, I did not know what was going to happen.
Right.
Yeah, and so the day before the court case, my lawyer called and said, will you come and look at this apartment? It's a 1-bedroom. I had a studio before. It's bigger than your old apartment. And girl, it's under $900 in Chelsea.
What?
So, I mean, I never win cards or Monopoly. I never have won any gambling or anything like that, but I fucking won this. It's in the back of the building. Whether I'm busted out of there with my cane or my walker, I'm going to die in that dump.
Honey, it's so amazing because you've been in New York for how long? You've been there
since 1983.
Since 1983. And I love that most of your early years are documented on video, which is so rare for someone from the early to mid 80s.
Yes.
And it's so fascinating to watch. I was just telling you before we started that I went down this bunny YouTube hole, and the footage is so... I know at the time you were like, I don't want... It's compliments of Nelson Sullivan.
Yes.
And
who was my roommate with RuPaul and Larry T in La Homa.
Tell me about that, because he caught just slices of life of you and Ru hanging out in the backyard.
Yes.
Cooking hamburgers and stuff. I mean, it was so fascinating.
It was, and Nelson was sweet. He was our landlord who owned a big house in the meat packing district. And that was the number one area for trans hookers.
Yeah.
And this is why when people say to me that Ru is transphobic, I'm like, we knew those girls. We spoke to them. Girl. I mean, we loved them.
I know before Drag Race, Ru was always,
Oh, yeah. So I could hardly believe that he was going to have a show and then but see, now they have trans people winning on the show and people transitioning during the season. So, and so now there's trans, Sasha Colby, winning. I mean, so many, trans people. Maybe they just need to warm up, because did you see that documentary with a lot of trans performers? Candace was in it, Candace Kane, who, former Miss Continental, also a former New Yorker who is an LA resident actress now.
And in lots of Ru's early early movies too.
Yes, she was in Star Booty,
Uh-huh.
which I think he's been posting footage of
that,
lately.
yeah.
Anyway, so Candace was in Bloody Sexy Money with the first trans on-screen kiss.
Yes.
But in something else before that, I think it was, she was cast as a trans woman. Well, you can't spook Candace. She doesn't look like a trans woman. She's got that gorgeous hair. She's not even, wearing a wig. I mean, she's barely,
Funny.
needs makeup. You know what they did to her? So that the audience they lowered her voice in production so that when she's all excited for her first big TV role, she sees that gorgeous face and hears this. I mean, how can you imagine how humiliating that is? So I do know a lot of trans friends. Does that turn you on?
That turns me
your
on.
husband on, honey.
Let me tell you something. I don't remember it quite sounding like that, but it was close.
Yeah, I mean, of course I'm exaggerating, like Ginger Minge.
A lot has changed since those days.
Well, I'll say there was a rap movie called, I think it was released as Fly By Night. Did nothing here. Maybe went straight to video, but the script called Hollywood, I swear, for a Joan Rivers, Dolly Parton, and Diana Ross impersonator in a homeless encampment around a barrel with fire in it that we were all roasting marshmallows off of because they have no clue about drag and no clue about trans. And so they booked me to be the Dolly Partonish one because of the big wig. And we weren't necessarily supposed to be good, impersonators.
Well, if you're sitting around a campfire.
Right. I mean, it was so insane. And by the time they had cast it, someone had realized this is stupid. Why would you want Dolly Parton, roasting marshmallows? And so they were framing the shot, and I hadn't signed the contract. And the director was looking over at me and like, I said, let me go sign that contract real quick. I still get residuals from Fly By Night. They may be 5 cents, but I knew to sign that contract because they had said, because they had gotten all like trans looking people, who were trans people of color. And then there was this fool in like a showgirl.
I kind of want to recreate a scene of a Dolly impersonator, a Cher impersonator, just sitting around a campfire in an alley.
But maybe that happens when someone writes a script and then they hire a joke writer to flesh it out.
Where's Bruce Valanche?
Yes, I'm under this wig. Everyone knows the drag race queens in and out of drag because that's how they're televised. But people don't know what I look like out of drag. And it's the #1 Google search. And I'm like, if you really want to know, go to any supermarket and get you a box of Quaker Oats. I'm right on the cover.
Honey, I can tell you that I had the good fortune of having lunch one day with Lady Bunny out of drag, and it was the first time I had ever seen her. And talk about Ozempic. I lost my appetite. She's beautiful, honey. She's just as beautiful as you think she would be.
That's not what you said before the sex, Kelly.
Well, now you used to tell Nelson that you did not want to be shot out of drag. And he only got you like one time, right? In those videos.
Well, I lived with Nelson, and even though I understand how people like that time capsule footage of the 80s when not everyone had cell phones with no one did. So he was carrying around a camcorder. But I lived with him.
Right.
I mean, so there was the camera hung over at breakfast. There was the camera. So I said, Nelson, film me in anything that I'm doing in drag, on a stage, in a dressing room. I don't care. Back then, I didn't even have special angles. I couldn't stand it. But what people also need to understand is that Nelson shot a lot of videos. He never, ever edited it. So now they're edited on YouTube, including one called Lady Bunny Needs Cocaine Money, which I think James St. James from World of Wonder titled that one. And I'm like, could you possibly have a giggle at anyone else's drug use? James St. James? I mean,
well, didn't Nelson actually shoot footage of the last day he was alive? And he had, of course, he just died suddenly like that night. That is
we were having a barbecue.
Wild. Yeah.
And I believe he had been having sex with Trade, who was a RuPaul protege, a Greek god-looking guy from down south. And
so it was the pit crew before the pit crew.
Kind of, yeah, definitely. I mean, Trade was phenomenal, gorgeous. And I think they had used poppers, and that was related to their heart attack, because Nelson was sober. And although I guess sober aren't supposed to use poppers, because Helena went back to square one after she used poppers one time.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Well, some people in the program will smoke weed, but it's different.
California sober.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
That's what they call it, girl. It's California sober, honey.
I'm California sober right now.
Are you? Yes. I love that for you.
But Nelson was a sweetie.
Well, no, he was. And I mean, that's just so wild to see that footage and knowing that he's going to, it's wild to watch. And then you and Rue there in the backyard. And it's such a time. And I love, too, because so many queens, I'll ask them, what was your first drag performance? And so few from that time period have it documented on video.
Yes.
And your first time doing I Will Survive, if you have not seen this. Now, Rue says that she put you in drag for the first time. Was it that night?
She didn't put me in drag for the first time.
Oh.
I mean, I got it.
Liza Minnelli's.
Honey, I had been, yes, Rue is just like Ginger, full of Liza. I love Ginger, for the record.
Yes,
and
we do.
I've only worked with her a couple times. I'm glad you had her on. I don't know what every problem has. I've worked with her a few times.
I didn't
She's
either.
super nice.
I know.
I mean, like they're saying, when she got the call from Drag Race, and I just want to throw this in there because I looked into this and then I watched your segment with her. She said you get 3 calls, assuming that Ginger was telling the truth. 1 call to see if you're interested in, 1 call to semi-verify, and 1 with hard dates and contract. Ginger said she was on a cruise when she got 1 call. She was in bed, sick with COVID, about to die. So there could have been 1 other location that Ginger was in.
Now, see, Lady Bunny is coming in to work for the Transvestigation Unit at the Kelly Mantle Show.
Yes, and just call me, what is it? Not Agatha Christie, but what's the name? Cabot Cove. This Lady Bunny.
Angela Lansbury.
Yes.
She's the Angela Lansbury of the Transvestigation Unit.
I'm using dated references that even I can't remember.
We like to play games here on the Kelly Mantle Show. Okay. And we're going to play Drag Association.
Countdown to death.
Yes. We're going to play Countdown to Death. And in Bunny's case, that should happen in about 15
5, 4, 3, 2,
seconds. 1. This was your 15 minutes right here, Bunny. It's all over. Drag Association.
Andy Warhol
with the legendary, iconic Lady Bunny. You tell me the first thing that comes to your mind when I tell you this drag queen or drag thing, and we'll go. Are you ready? Dina Martina.
Suicide.
Tammy Brown.
9/11.
She would take that as a compliment, I'm sure. Bianca Del Rio.
Incest, which I also associate with Tammy.
So you basically slept with everyone.
No.
Have you ever kai-kai'd? Like for real,
yes,
for real?
I have.
No way, with who?
You don't know. You
Rue?
don't know him.
Oh, I don't know him.
I picked up some queen at the Latin bar Esta Noche, and we were both in drag and both bombed, and it was great. We did it a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not what I'm looking for, but I mean, drag queens aren't usually looking for me either. So
I love
that. Well, Sharon and Alaska kai-kai'd together.
They kai-kai'd together on stage.
Until they broke up when Alaska got glasses.
Tootsie Scooter, also known as Susie Toot.
Well, I hate she's unique.
Okay.
That wasn't my first thing, but she is totally unique, and I've seen her on the Murray and Peter Christmas tour clip on stage doing the dancing, and the crowd was just loving it, and I loved it. It's new and it's different, and her look is different. So yes to Susie Toots, but what I really was gonna say was that I hate all drag queens except Kelly, who are younger and thinner than I am. So Susie Toot, Sam Star, Lexi Love. In fact, I hate all drag queens.
Hate them all.
except for Latrice.
There you go. Except for Latrice, honey. Latrice is the real deal. Well, what about Mistress Isabel Brooks?
Cool. I worked with her just recently.
Did you really?
Yeah, because when she was saying, I want to put Ginger under a lie detector, I was like, that is so wild. I mean, like if you could get $15,000 for Ginger men, you should take a. I mean, you could probably. I don't know.
Bunny would give you her pussy for that much.
My pussy is a lie. Bunny would give you 15,000 pussies for that much. But I just worked with her as her character Eleanor, where she wears a strawberry blonde Farrah wig with bangs and absolutely no makeup. And we had a great time chatting. And, I'd met her only once before, and that was very brief, and she read my shoes, which deserved it.
Of course she did.
But when I watched the first, is she 15? Season 15?
I think so, yeah.
I watched the first episode of that, and I don't watch Drag Race, and I'm too old for reality TV. I grew up with I Love Lucy, with a brilliant.
But you know a lot about them all.
No, I see clips
online.
But I loved meeting the queens when they were speaking in their own words and not, told to say this or heavily edited or, we want this one to win, so give this one the lipstick or any of that. But then when the challenges started, I thought, this is a dud. I don't care.
Right.
I was really wanting to see, from watching the intro, I was like, I want to see what Sugar and Spice are up to. Mistress and a couple of other ones were kind of laying it down. I want to see what that one that made ice water as a talent did. I want to see what she was like. It was intriguing.
It was intriguing. And
she came back
for an All-Stars. Well, now... Yeah, Irene the alien. Now, do you agree with Jasmine Masters when she says Drag Race has done fucked up drag?
It's helped the clubs, and it's helped certain drag queens who did well on Drag Race or who became fan favorites. Good for them. They're making money the way probably nobody except Dame Edna and Frank Marino from Divas Las Vegas have made money. So good for them. So here's a bad thing. If you are coming to a gay bar to see the Drag Race queen when she comes to town and you don't know one name of one local queen in your city, you are not a drag fan. You are a Drag Race fan. Yes. And here's to all the Drag Race fans who go and check out Jinx or Latrice and see what they do off of the show because Rue has given them a platform to be seen. And that's great.
Yeah.
But I've seen people who retire from drag because they auditioned for 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand exactly the way it frames drag. Are they supposed to be making those outfits on the runway? Because nobody is making those outfits.
I mean
that's just ridiculous. They're not making those outfits.
No. And this is what I love, because I've always wondered this, because you're very outspoken about the show and about some things with RuPaul. You don't hold back. And I've always wondered, because one of the things you talk about is, the fact that she's up there judging people's makeup skills and hairstyling skills and sewing skills. And you're like, she can't do any of the above. I mean, we all saw Project Runway. So,
Now, that was what my best friend Tyra Sanchez said. Do you remember? I'd get along with her. I told a joke about her.
You would.
Well, this was years ago. I told a joke about her, and she busted out laughing. So I said that she's all right with me. But anyway.
So are you and Ruth still in contact? Do you all have any contact with each other?
We do bump into each other twice in front of the Ramada in West Hollywood when he was coming from the gym and wearing like a Grace Jones rag draped over his head. And it's always nice to talk to him. He's called several times. And then I'll tell you the truth. He's got my number. It's the same. Celebrities of that stature change their numbers regularly and get it to certain, handlers or, important people. He can call me when he wants to. I never want to be the person who is breathing down my famous friend's neck. He invited me to eat tapas in the home that Nelson Sullivan and RuPaul Lahoma Larry T lived in with all the trans hookers. And I wasn't able to go. And
they were actually meeting there where the space used to be?
Wow. I wasn't able to go. But, like I say, I will. Ru was a close friend, is a close friend, maybe a close friend. But I don't like everything that Ru does, and I don't like everything that the show, which has uplifted drag, sure. But I don't like, I mean, for example, it's stupid in my eyes. I don't have a hit TV show, but why would you make two queens lip sync to the same song? I mean, if I were on TV performing, I would want to do my best loved number so that the audience can see why I was special, see why I was picked to be on this show. And then you're going to have people there that can't even walk to a beat, or that have a cancer, or I'm like, I just don't understand this. They made Robin Fierce come out for her talent. I think that was the same Mistress Isabel season 15. Come out for her talent, and they were showing the back of her wig, and she was really dancing. The song was Heavy D and the Boys. Now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it? Now, I'm just going to tell you, drag fans, there is no drag queen who has ever lived who gets into drag and think, ooh, girl, I look cunt. Let me bust out the Heavy D and the Boys.
Back to Drag Association.
Yes.
Vivacious.
Oh, that's a friend. That's a true friend.
True friend.
Yes. And I catch up with her. And speak with Vi. We don't always agree. We'll get into the politics or whatever, honey. But I love her to death. And she was a star on the New York club scene before Drag Race.
Oh, absolutely she was.
She was working the straight parties.
Absolutely she was, honey. Yeah. It was an honor to go home to Vivacious. They tried to drown me in the ocean, mama.
She's a dear person.
Milk.
The first thing that I think of was when he did porn on an OnlyFans and pooped and left it up. I mean, wait, I'm like, what? Yeah, that's what I was told. But I love Milk. I love Milk in person, and so Milk's drag is very, very kooky. It can be like, gender fuck, or it could be anything with a beard, with this.
I love when she did the muscles.
With muscles. I mean, that's what I mean. Gender fuck. Right. I mean, if you have muscles and you're not hiding them, and you're not impersonating a female body.
I love her experimentation. I mean, it's Brooklyn.
I do too, and she's a super sweet person.
Super sweet. Nina Bonina Brown.
I've never met her, but the skill that she does, I don't know why she wants to dress up as dogs and cats, but that is insane. She also does like Whitney or whatever. I mean, you see my makeup, girl. I'm not. When I
she pulls out these things, and it's just like, what the fuck? How do you do that?
It's so creative. Yeah. I mean, I kind of would want to do that, but I don't think I would. I would have to get a makeup.
I can see you as a poodle. You could do that Jimbo look that Jimbo did for remember the poodle look that Jimbo did?
No.
You could do like a... That was next on my list.
Yes, I do remember.
Jimbo.
Jimbo's the ones with the really big boobs that hide the face. Good idea.
On your nerves.
I didn't get to see any of her season except for clips, but honey, her dad was sexy. I'd rather be on your dick.
Right.
On your nerve, I don't care. On your daddy's dick.
And that is Lady Bunny's Drag Association. You've had such a fabulous life, and you've had so many encounters with so many fabulous people. I want to kind of keep Drag Association going, but this is going away from drag and into another world. Did you know Leslie Jordan from Chattanooga?
Oh, yes. Leslie Jordan and I went to the same gay bar. At one point, we worked at the same restaurant, and he was fascinating to me because he was, even before he was in show business, he was absolutely adorable.
Yeah.
And he was also a cutie back then, and a good dancer. And so he was the hit at the bars. But one thing that fascinated me, and I've never heard of anyone else do this, he took a red pencil, the teacher's pencil that you unroll, and lined the lower rim of his eyes. And it just, like, he was too fair to put on brown or black, but that just gave it a little definition and made him just a little bit prettier.
When I give you lead poisoning?
Maybe that's how he died.
I think
he died in a car crash.
He did. I know.
Thank God. Lead poisoning sounds awful.
God, he didn't die.
Leslie was a brilliant storyteller. I got to see his show one
his
time.
mom and his twin sisters?
No, but he knew my mom and met her in Atlanta. We went to see his show, and he reserved 2 seats for Lady Bunny and Mama Bunny, and she kept the sign.
I love that.
Yes.
That is so cool. Did you know Divine?
No, but she came to a club where I was go-go dancing as a boy, as Mr. Capricorn. This is not known, but we had sponges. Your name was
Mr. Capricorn?
Yes, there were 2 of us, and we danced with Wendy Wild, who was one of the originators of Wigstock. We danced in her cabaret act as men, no shirt, swimming trunks, and a sponge to make it look like we were hung. And Divine wanted me. And I had sunglasses. Oh, I had a goatee made out of black electrical tape and a mustache and goatee. And she wanted me.
I love that Divine wanted Lady Bunny.
It was a sponge that she wanted. It was.
Can you imagine? Oh, that would have changed the times, the clocks on the watches, honey. And Lady Kier. Yes. I mean, my goodness, who knew that she was playing with IBM computers and doing all this Photoshop before it was a thing? Like, a lot of people don't know that about her. She was like really intellectual into the technology part of things. From Groove is in the Heart, from Delight.
Groove is in the Heart. Well, that album was huge because they were part of the East Village scene, same one that I was. So when RuPaul and Delight came out, it was like, wow, the scene is, being uplifted. But Delight was so great. That was a party album, like one of the B-52's albums that you would just put on from at a party because every song was dance, even if it were lower. But she was a brilliant. I guess she still is a brilliant singer and a style icon.
And speaking of B-52s, you and Ru were part of that whole Athens scene, right? So it was like B-52s and REM and Indigo Girls.
That's right.
Oh, how cool.
Pylon.
Yes.
And now Ru and I got our start in straight clubs because we were groupies for the Now Explosion, for a rock and roll band, and so that's where we hung out, and that's where we were known and could get in free, and all that kind of stuff.
Right. So, I love that. And then so I love that Wigstock came out of you all performing at the Pyramid, and just after hours the club closes. Drunk out of your minds, and you just go over to the park across the street and you're performing for each other and the homeless people.
That's right.
And you're like, let me start.
We weren't ready to go to bed, so we just sat around acting a fool. And 20 years later, there was this drag festival, and it was Wendy, who the Mr. Capricorn, who I go-go danced as for Wendy Wild. That was one of the people in the park, along with my old roommate, Kitty Dupre, and the head of the Pyramid, Hattie. So it was a drag queen owned and operated club, and they foot the bill for the first couple of Wigstock. But when they did a Madonna themed party, this was right when Madonna was coming up, and I was into underground music, I got so angry that I started throwing benefits at Limelight or at other clubs because I was like, I thought this was my home. I thought this was my, but if you're doing it on Madonna, I'm out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on Madonna?
Well, I mean,
Or what were you thinking?
I like Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight, Melba Moore, Shaka Khan, Jennifer Hudson. I like the singing girls.
Yes.
So I understand that people like their Britneys and J-Lo's that don't sing. That's fine. You like what you like, but that's never really going to do it for me. And Madonna was kind of like that. And also, that was a time in my life when I was cruising in bars for men out of drag. I had not yet learned the secret powers of drag. And so I was desperate to hide everything from men who I thought would, and all the guys that I would meet at like the average gay bar, the Monster, where I still DJ occasionally, It was a question of getting them home before they started talking about Madonna and or designer labels.
Right.
I'm like I don't have labels.
Well,
that was such
an interesting time because I love your love of house music.
Oh,
yes. My gosh. Everything from Martha Wash to
the best.
Cece Peniston. I love that she performed there at Wigstock.
Yes.
And you said the pier almost fell through when she came out with Fine.
Bum, 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 bum.
Finally, it's happened
I will never repay the drag queens and the house music artists.
Absolutely.
Barbara Tucker, Alternate, Crystal Waters tore it down.
Crystal Waters,
oh my gosh, she did it in kind of like a suit, so she did it in drag. Here's what I love about Madonna. At that time, which was around it was before Vogue, it was around Desperately Seeking Susan. And she was supposed to be an East Villager, and we were looking at what she wore in that movie. It was like, this is what a Hollywood stylist would say is the East Village. This is not even the real East Village look.
Yeah.
And but around that time, it is rumored that Madonna would get in a limousine and drive around the nearby projects in the Lower East Side, roll down the window and say to Latino guys, 9 inches or up, get in.
Hello, that's how she met Tony Ward out here in LA. He was sitting at a bus stop. He was a hustler.
Well, I would not mind seeing that one that's a Fit Carlos.
Ooh, girl, Carlos Leon, honey.
Oh, my
yes,
God.
Honey. There's a little segment we have here called Legends on Legends in the presence of Lady Bunny. Speaking of dirty songs, I got a question from Jackie Beat for you.
Who?
Her name is Jacqueline Beat.
Oh.
She's an up-and-coming drag artist, and she writes parodies and things.
Oh, yeah, rings a bell.
You might hear of her soon.
What season was she on?
She was on season 23.
I'm just being I adore Jackie Beat.
And she told me to ask you, of all the horrible, filthy songs and jokes you've done, what is, in your opinion, the most offensive or the one that had audiences freaking out?
So I was on a tour DJing at different locations with MAC Cosmetics for a product line launch called Shop MAC. And Whitney Houston died during my Hawaii DJ gig. And so in my act, I did something. I mean, listen. When we talk about don't bring the kids, and what the serious nugget is it about is that the Republicans are saying that we drag queens are trying to read stories to kids. These stories are not mandatory. You control your brat. If you don't want your brat to go hear a drag queen story hour, then you go to the other room in the public library, or you don't come. You know, and I don't like cancel culture. I said, don't worry if you don't like it. Don't go to it. I don't like to see people hurting themselves boxing or playing, football. But the people who are in it like it. So what? Who cares?
Exactly.
I'm not going to go and pick it outside there. Of course, I might meet a guy that I like, but even my own act, it's not for everybody. Sometimes it's a little too dirty to send to Pride festivals, and I don't want to perform it. So I send them the whole act, and I say, if anything in here is bad for you, I will edit it out because I don't want them to lose their permit and be the Typhoid Mary of Richmond, Virginia Pride. Right. I used to do outdoor events. You think some clown getting and I was at Richmond Pride, and one of the people on the board wanted to have some fun with the older people, so he booked me knowing that it would cause a stir. I mean, I'm from the Bible Belt. I know the drill. And there was a little girl on her dad's shoulders in the front of the audience. And, I was performing I'm Not a Girl, Not Yet a Woman, with a dildo hanging out of my crotch. And in the photos that some religious group took, it looked like that dildo was inches from her. So I'm not for kids. I'm for, that's why the show's called Don't Bring the Kids.
Wait, did you see her as you were pulling the dildo out? Did you
Of course I did.
But
she was right in front with her big tall dad on his shoulders, and you think that I like that? No, I don't want to decide what's appropriate for kids. You could never see me. Kids could never see me because before these big drag race shows and drag race, they couldn't come in a place that served alcohol unless they were 18 or 21. So I didn't need to censor myself the way I sometimes do now.
What was the look on the dad's face? Did you notice?
Oh no, that's not as bad. He stayed there. He said, I always tell the MCs, say the next act in our inclusivity and diversity, our next act is a filthy old slut from New York. If you have kids.
And she has a cyst.
Yeah, if you have kids, go get cotton candy or a hot dog for the next 20 minutes, just to be fair.
Right.
Because I don't want I don't want to groom people by telling kids about sexual situations. I want people who come to see me to know what they're getting. And that's why we'll often have a title like Clown Syndrome or Don't Bring the Kids or That Ain't No Lady, just so that you'll know. And I always put in the ticket link, this is not for kids.
Right.
Because I don't believe what Republicans are saying, that we're grooming
it's
kids.
absolutely ridiculous.
That's crazy. But
most of us don't want kids around us for the most part.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's like, we're not the ones doing it. Hello.
That's what my look-alike Trixie said.
Well, now, can you give us your Toni Braxton impersonation?
I also have a Bad Bunny impersonation.
Oh, please share.
It's dead on, right? And I also do Billie Eilish. And I also do Eartha Kitt badly. I'm still working on this.
And you're still working on your Eartha Kitt?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Where's my baby? Look and there's one other one that I can't remember.
She kind of sounds like Toni Braxton.
Crystal Waters.
Yeah.
She never had a makeup. She never had a makeup. It puts her. She wakes up every morning just to put her hair down, 'cause she cares, y'all, just like you and me, because she's homeless. And I was homeless.
Oh my God. These sound like the phone calls that Katya and Bianca say that they get from you in the middle of the day.
Where they don't get them anymore.
Oh, really? Why not?
I'm kidding. Although I haven't talking to. I'm getting the old language coming out. I haven't talked to Bianca in a bit, and I missed her show on Broadway. I tried to see all the drag.
Oh, yeah, she was doing Tartuffe. Well, we tried to contact Bianca to get a question for you, but her butler texted back and said she passed away this morning. So
yes, today, Satan.
I know that you've been waiting on this day forever, so you're welcome.
I have.
Coco Peru texted back and said, "Is she in LA?" And I said, "Is that your question?" So I guess that's the question.
So let's just put a note there, because I compete for gigs on the same circuit with Coco. She's lost it. She has lost it. Don't book that bitch.
And Sherry Vine asked, "Are you ever going to add Hickory Dickory Dock Mellencamp back to your drag name?"
My original drag name was the quote lady unquote Hickory Dickory Dock Cougar Mellencamp, because I was obsessed that John Cougar mid-career, at the height of his career, changed it back to Mellencamp. I'm like, you had one hit.
Right.
I mean,
Now, how did you become a DJ?
I was happy that I got in during with this fashion publication called Visionaire.
Mm-hmm.
And so they threw parties all over the world, and I was DJing for socialites in Paris, Karl Lagerfeld, all this kind of stuff. And it was, we went to Thailand,
Bunny
Seoul,
has been around
Japan.
the world, and I behind those DJ booths, honey. It's amazing.
Yeah, so that was that they gave me some credibility.
Yeah.
Like, because I've always done private events. Another thing that happened to me that I was very embarrassed by is that I DJ'd at a bat mitzvah, which is when a girl turns 13.
Uh-huh.
So
I think
they
so.
had requested Akon's "I Wanna Love You." Now I'm a club DJ, so I got the song. It's a little too slow for me to play, but I bought the song for the party. They were ready to do their dance. I put it on, and it's Akon, the explicit version, singing, I wanna fuck you, you already know. And I was so humiliated that I just sunk down back behind the DJ booth, because it was like, all eyes on me.
So you didn't think about stopping it. You just
right. So, and I just put on the first, whatever was next. Of course, it turned out to be Songs of Palestine. So they didn't like that either.
Oh my God, I love you so much. This has been so much fun. I want to ask you, because I think your life needs to be turned into a movie at some point. So who would you imagine playing you in a biopic?
Well, Kelly, start eating.
I would be honored. Are you kidding? I don't even know how I do it, but I would be honored.
Start eating. Who would I like to play me? Wow, I don't know. I haven't really thought
Pamela
about it.
Anderson.
Some people say that, Alaska's obviously thin, but they thought that she did a decent Lady Bunny on Snatch.
Oh, she did.
Game.
Yeah.
It was kind of Lady Bunny who's a little sickly, if you know what I mean.
Is it Ozempic or is it AIDS? So what's coming up next for you?
Doing a bunch of gigs. I'm going to be DJing at Play in Nashville. Tribe, sorry. I'll be performing 2 nights coming up in Louisville at Club Play. And then I'm doing Bunny Butcher's Broadway, which has been touring for 3 years. Australia, Canada, girl. But it has a serious moment about drag queen story hours, but most of it's just filth and the new material. There's one song about Elon Musk who I just can't understand. I just don't even. He's just horrible. And I'm doing comedy clubs, which is really, really new for me. I never thought I would do this, but they're kind of filling up the slack doing drag brunches. So the tour promoter for this, which is Flip Phone Events, and that's where you get the tickets. Flip Phone Events, Bunny Butcher's Broadway, going to Virginia, Richmond, Syracuse, Albany, I don't even know.
And you're singing the show tunes?
No, Fort Lauderdale. I do sing show tunes, but that's in my next show. That's Bunny Butcher's Broadway. That is opening in April 9th in D.C., also with Flip Phone Events. So soon I'll start touring with that.
Do you think you'll ever bring Wigstock back in any form? Because I know the movie Wig came out a couple of years ago, but will you ever do that again?
I would love to. The weather has changed. The climate has changed. And when we first started doing Wigstock in 2000, in God, what was it? 1984 or something. So, yeah, at the last one, it was down on the pier, and the Twin Towers were still to be seen in all of the footage background. So that's how long it lasts, from 2003. We did a party we did a couple Wigstock cruises, and they were super fun. We did a Wigstock event near Woodstock, New York last year with Drag Me to the Stage and Kasha and some of the queens from Rochester. Right. And we brought Joey Arias and some of the Inaya Day that sings Horny All Night Long. I'm horny. And it was. Then we had a dance party outdoors after it.
Well, I would love to see it come back. You should have
Hollywood Bowl sponsors.
Grace Jones with Grace Jones.
Oh, I saw her there,
honey, at the Hollywood Bowl.
Yes, I did, and it was an eclipse. Grace Jones eclipsed the eclipse.
I love that.
I worked with her one time, and she told her manager, "You've got to get the monitors on better, or they're going to think I'm the only black woman on earth that can't sing." I was there with her mother. Melba Moore, that was wild. Paul Mooney, the black comedian that wrote for Richard Pryor.
That is legendary.
That was insane.
You've had such an exciting life. It's so exciting, and I can't wait to see what more is in store for us all, because we absolutely love and adore you. It's been such an honor to have you here in the Kelly Mantle Studio as we start tearing up in the arms of Bunny.
A troglodyte.
Far away from here.
On audience.
Please give your money to Bunny Honey.
Yes, honey. Don't bring the kids.
Don't bring the kids.
Unless they're above 18.
She will pull the dildo out, honey. Let the children know where they can find you online if they aren't following you already.
At official_lady_bunny on Instagram. And I think I'm banned from Facebook, Feces book.
Thank you so much for joining us here today. We know you have a million podcasts to choose from, and for some reason you chose this one, and we have no idea why, but we are so glad that you did. And a huge shout out again to our fabulous, spectacular, iconic, legendary guest, Trixie Mattel. And please go follow the Patreon, subscribe, comment below what your favorite Lady Bunny moments are, and join our Patreon and buy our merch. And tune in next week when our guest will be Grace Jones.
If you think I was late, you better get ready for her. Grace Jones is here next week.